Okay, easy now. Just carry it over. Nice and easy. Okay, good. Perfect. Right in the box. Okay, let's get the next one. Grab it. Fuck! God damn it! 4 whole days of work wasted! Hey everybody, and welcome back to Nick's Impressions. I'm just gonna get one thing out of the way real quick here. I initially had much bigger plans for what game I was gonna review this week, but ultimately getting those games to run and record proved to be a hellish, nightmarish experience. So we're playing Harvest Moon. Well, we're not playing Harvest Moon. I'm playing Harvest Moon. Or I should say, I'm reviewing Harvest Moon. You're watching a YouTube video of a guy reviewing Harvest Moon. Now, before some of you start whining with the fact that I'm reviewing a game that doesn't have any sex in it, let me assure you that Harvest Moon does indeed have some sex in it. It's just never shown, discussed, or really even talked about by anybody. It's more just slightly implied when you finally knock up the girl you've married. But I think I'm getting ahead of myself. So unless you've been living on a cave on the dark side of Mars for the past 30 years, you should have a vague idea what Harvest Moon is. But if you don't, then basically Harvest Moon is farming simulators before farming simulators were a thing. But rather than telling you all about it, how about I just show you? Let's get started. Harvest Moon starts out like so many Nintendo games with having to decide your own name. That looks alright. Then after naming a few more pointless things, you're dropped straight into the game. Now, this intro is kinda long, so let me give you the abridged version of what's going on here. Hey there, I'm the mayor. What? You knew the guy that used to live here? Great, well this farm is your problem now. Best turn into the next Eden or we're gonna kick your ass out of this town so fast you won't even know what hit you. And that's basically all you need to know, really. Well, now that all that's finally been established, let's get into the meat of this game. Well, I suppose I'd say the vegetable of this game. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry for that. So anyway, the vegetable of this game is, well, making tiles. Seriously, you take your hoe and go in your dirt field and you make squares. And lots of them. You're gonna need a lot of squares. So you can stick seeds in the squares, then put water on the squares, so that plants will come out of the squares. So you can sell the plants for money. Then use the money to buy more seeds to put in more squares that you can water. It's an endless Sisyphean task, basically, this entire game. It's a routine. You fall into a routine, and you keep doing that routine forever. Now, you might think I'm exaggerating when I say forever, but I am completely serious. The very end game reward in this requires you to play it for 50 in-game years. 50! That's an insane amount of time. I don't even know how long that would take, even if you were at maximum efficiency at all times. But really, Harvest Moon isn't about the endless routine, really. I mean, some people like that, I guess. Even I do to a certain extent. But Harvest Moon is really about selecting which local hottie you're gonna hook up with. And in this version of Harvest Moon, the local hotties are boring as fuck. In all seriousness, the 5 girls in this game that you can boink are the most boring bags of yawns I've ever had the displeasure of interacting with in a game. It's just, they're so bad. But nonetheless, I followed the game's remit. I picked a girl, handed her presents every single day. Because, you know, just like real life, you give a girl a present every single day and she'll inevitably fuck you. It's a rule of nature, really. But after playing the game for 9 hours, I realized I was making 0 progress. Sure, my farm was expanding and I was raking in the cash like nobody's business, but the little heart meter next to the girl when you give her presents just wasn't expanding. So I went and checked on online for a walkthrough to see how long this would take. The romance system in this version of Harvest Moon works as follows. There's an invisible stat meter of points that is the affection level of the girl. Each really liked gift you give her gives you 500 points. So if you give her a really liked gift every day, it's 500 points per day consecutively on and on. Now, in order to finish her romantic arc, i.e. to get to the sort of end of the game, you need 69,000 points. So do the math in your head or on a calculator or whatever. Got it done? Great. Terrifying amount of time, isn't it? And that's what broke me. That's why I did not finish this game at all. Got 9 hours in and said, screw it. Boring girls plus incredibly long amount of time to get in their panties? Forget that. I have better things to do. Go play Honey Pop again. Took way less time than that. And that's about all I have to say about Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town. It bored me. A lot. 9 hours flushed down the drain, basically. But, really, it's kind of my own fault. I played Rune Factory 4, which was a significantly superior game. I think made by the same guys, too. With actually interesting, varied women to talk to, and combat, and a plot. But, you know, I can't begrudge older Harvest Moons for not being as good as their spiritual successor, I suppose. But yeah, that's it. Short episode this time, and I guess I should apologize for it coming out extremely late. Mainly because getting it edited, it fought me. It fought me so hard. And that's about it. Stay tuned for the next episode, where we're playing one of the only games that let you burn your enemies alive by simply breathing.